Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's Takes with Alex. I am your host, Alex. Today's take is in honor of July 4th, Independence Day for America. America has been the beacon of hope in the world. It's strong, influential, and provides the right type of governance for creative expression, and that's why America excels in the arts and technology and business finance. Allows room for spiritual growth and spiritual religious observance. Protects those freedoms, the freedom to speak freely and to express yourself, to associate with who you want. And by leaving that kind of room, it's allowed America to develop, right? you know it pulls both ways, but ultimately, it has pulled America higher. So we certainly have to appreciate where we are today, because America is unlike any other country, not just because of the rights and the opportunities here, but because of the safety and because of leadership that certainly through President Trump has allowed America to really be the safest, one of the safest places in the world, if not the safest place, right? You can come here, you can raise your family, you can start a business. You know that the laws are going to keep things, equitable and fair, and provide justice if necessary. And we have to appreciate, America is like, it's like a business, right? It's like, and so you need people running the business. And so we really have to appreciate what President Trump and his team and everyone who supported him and who works for the administration throughout the U.S. has accomplished so far. I'm sure they'd say there's a lot more to accomplish, but they've accomplished a lot. They've when President Trump says, the Middle Eastern countries were telling him that they thought America was dead, it's not a hyperbole, because a business could either thrive or it could go bankrupt, right? And so the business of America is to provide a space for human achievement, human growth, and improper governance could take away or diminish the ability to do that. Proper governance reinforces rights, creates more opportunities, weeds out things, laws, policies, practices that don't serve the goal, short term, short term and long term. So what President Trump and his team have done to just kind of rein in the spending, the energy of the country, and to redirect it into growth and to reestablish its place in the world is huge. So we have to thank President Trump and his team, and be appreciative that we live in America. Things don't always go our way, but we could still feel a strong sense of gratitude and appreciation for being where we are, being who we are in terms of being American. I mean, I grew up here since I was 3 years old. I'm 32 now, so it's almost 30 years of living in America, thinking I'm American. So the this video is dedicated to President Trump and the team that he has assembled. you know, I think what President Trump has done, it could possibly be the most impactful, just his force. We're talking about magnets recently, and like just in terms of like, just like, drawing in the right people, do it, taking in, doing what, you know, has to be done, and doing it in a very like steady, steady and managed way. So he should be blessed. We should all be blessed. America should be blessed. And let's dive right in. So, why America is great: a Torah and Chassidic perspective on freedom, opportunity, and purpose. In a time of deep division and cynicism, it can be easy to focus only on what is broken. Yet there are moments when we are called to lift our eyes and recognize the good, to see the unique blessings and possibilities in a nation, a community, or even a single life. Today we explore why America is great through the lens of Torah and Chassidic wisdom. This is not a political statement, but a spiritual reflection. The ideas here are universal for every person who values freedom, opportunity, and the chance to live with purpose. Rooted in the eternal Torah and illuminated by Chassidic insight, we will discover that America's greatness lies not in perfection, but in its remarkable alignment with timeless biblical principles of liberty, justice, compassion, and human dignity. The Torah begins with the radical idea that every human being is created in the image of God. This single truth, that every person possesses inherent dignity and potential, is one of the deepest roots of America's founding vision. The Declaration of Independence echoes this when it proclaims that all people are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. The story of the Exodus, God freeing an enslaved people so they could serve Him in freedom, resonates powerfully with America's own story of seeking liberty. The Torah's repeated commands to remember that you were slaves in Egypt call us to extend compassion and opportunity to the stranger, the vulnerable, and the newcomer. America has often strived, however imperfectly, to live this ideal, becoming a beacon of hope for millions fleeing persecution and seeking a better life. The Torah also emphasizes justice, moral order, and the rule of law. Justice, justice shall you pursue is not just a slogan, it is a divine command. America's experiment with constitutional government, separation of powers, and protection of individual rights reflects this pursuit, creating a framework where people can live according to their conscience and build lives of meaning. Chassidic masters saw the hand of providence in the rise of America as a place of refuge and opportunity. The Baal Shem Tov taught that every land and every era contains unique sparks of holiness waiting to be elevated. In America, the freedom to practice faith openly, to innovate, and to pursue goodness allowed millions of Jews and people of all backgrounds to elevate sparks in ways that were impossible in many other places. Chassidus emphasizes the true freedom is not license, but the ability to serve God and fulfill one's divine mission without fear of government imposition. America's ideal of liberty, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness aligns beautifully with this. When people are free to work, create, give charity, build communities, and seek truth, they become active partners in tikkun olam, the repair and elevation of the world. If a government has restraints on what you can do, what you can say, how you can practice your religion, who you can associate with, and you're, subtly, just really just serfs, right, without any rights to anything or your life, you know, is there's not going to be a lot of repair there. There's not going to be a lot of opportunity to go through the process of of growth, whether it's individual growth, whether it's societal growth, conscientious growth of the society. Right? You need the ability, that space to try things, to let their to go through stuff, and ideally be guided on the to the right path, to doing what has been proven to be the right holy things. The Chassidic love of joy and serving God through the physical world found fertile ground in America. Here, immigrants could build businesses, raise families in safety, and contribute their unique gifts. This is not to say America is perfect. No human society is. But its foundational commitment to freedom has allowed countless souls to shine and to bring light into the world in extraordinary ways. The spiritual significance of America's greatness, viewed through Torah and Chassidic eyes, offers every person in every society timeless lessons. It shows us that freedom is a divine gift meant to enable service, creativity, and moral growth rather than self indulgence. It highlights the power of opportunity. When people are free to rise according to their effort and character, sparks of potential are elevated on a massive scale. It demonstrates the strength of compassion and justice. A society that protects the vulnerable and pursues fairness reflects divine attributes. It reminds us that greatness lies in purpose. A nation or an individual becomes truly great when it aligns its freedoms with higher ideals: truth, goodness, responsibility, and love for one's fellow human being. Right? It calls us to gratitude and responsibility. Recognizing the blessings of freedom obligates us to protect and improve them for future generations. How can we live these principles in our own lives and communities? Cherish and protect freedom. Exercise your rights responsibly. Vote, speak truth, defend conscience, and support just laws. Pursue opportunity with integrity. Work hard, innovate, and build while remembering that success is a tool for greater service. Practice active compassion. Look for ways to help the vulnerable and newcomer, echoing the Torah's call to love the stranger. Seek moral clarity. Strive for justice tempered with mercy in your personal and public life. Cultivate gratitude. Regularly thank God and others for the blessings of liberty and opportunity. Contribute your unique spark. Use your freedom to elevate the world in your own way through work, family, creativity, or kindness. The spiritual greatness of America, seen through Torah and Hasidic eyes, is not about perfection but about possibility. The remarkable freedom to pursue goodness, to serve the divine, and to build a life of meaning. It calls every one of us, regardless of background, to live up to the highest ideals of liberty, justice, and human dignity. This week, reflect on one way you can contribute to the good in your own sphere through honest work, compassionate action, or responsible citizenship. Let gratitude fuel your efforts. If this reflection touched your heart, share in the comments what aspects of America's spiritual potential inspires you most, or how do you see divine principles at work in the freedom of pursuit, or in the pursuit of freedom. Like the video if the words brought hope and clarity to your soul. Subscribe for more explorations of Torah and Hasidic wisdom made alive for our time, and turn on notifications. May we all strive to live as free and purposeful souls. May every nation and every individual rise to their highest potential. Until next time, cherish freedom, pursue goodness, and let your life reflect the light of the Creator. Everyone have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. Thank you very much for your support. Wishing you a healthy, happy, and a blessed life. Okay? I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one.